Previously on Black Lilies.
There's a tall baby bird and there's a tiny little rat girl.
And they're both children of the tiefling.
There was something about people needing help out here, so they sent me.
Our leader, Leta, she was attacked. We found her before dawn at the market square. She's being taken care of at the temple.
She fell and it impacted. But something had to have happened previously in order for her to get into the heart attack state and then kind of collapse.
Maybe it's a magical source that led to this?
Like a poison?
Seeing the blackened veins, you're almost certain you've seen something like this before, but you can't quite place it.
I have this weird, intrusive thought about what this might be.
So Erin just kind of looks at you and at Leta again. Well, I think that's everything. If you ever need any more information, or have any questions, I'm going to be here for the whole day. I really wish you the best in this investigation.
Well, thank you for everything, for letting us see her, and
We won't disturb you any longer. Let's be on our way.
I will be praying for you.
Deliver rest.
oh, thank you.
Alright.
We'll be praying for her swift recovery.
Should we head to the marketplace next?
Be a good idea,
I think that would be a good idea.
Okay, so you leave the temple. As you make your way through the main street, you notice that all the major streets of Siran converge at this market square, which is pretty large for the size of the town. It's generally used as, well, a market for the local fishermen and craftsmen. And yeah, at the center of it, it's like there's a few different landmarks at the center of the square. There is a statue, a notice board, and a little flower bed at the center. This is presumably close to where Leta was found.
Guess we should start looking around, right?
Has
Okay.
there been an investigation done at this place before? Like, has it been sealed off or anything?
No. Leta was just taken out of here, and
Not
the guards
handling
are
this
kind of
very well.
scrambling
Oh, wow.
to figure out how to handle this. So it is a bit of a mess. They also don't know about genetics, so they wouldn't be securing things for fingerprints or anything like that.
Alright, get the Q-tips, get the... get magical DNA testing.
Magical DNA testing.
There's an autistic wizard who will thought of that. I guess Chaim will start by looking around for anything, maybe any weird marks on the ground or something like that. Anything that could have been a struggle or something strange.
Roll a perception check. Or investigation.
Let me see at which I'm better at, because I think I'm shitty at both. Yeah, okay. I'll do investigation, I guess. That's a 13.
You see that the flower bed, well, someone seems to have stepped on it, or something seems to have fallen onto it. A few of the flowers are trampled, and the rest of it looks pretty neat. So there was some kind of disturbance there. There is also a few things on the nearby notice board. There is an announcement from the town guard informing the townsfolk that Leta was attacked and there's an investigation and that they should remain calm and cooperate with the town guard. There's an invitation for a special prayer that's going to be held tomorrow for Leta. And but as far as the ground, you don't really notice anything other than the flowers.
Alright.
Echo's probably gonna go investigate the statue.
I'll go with Vico, I guess.
I'll go too.
Okay. We got the statue gang. So it is a bronze statue of a siren wielding a sword. Delta, you speak Elvish, right?
Yeah.
So
I do too.
Oh, sorry.
I do too.
Oh well, everyone speaks over.
All three of us
Yeah.
do. Amazing.
So all of you can read the inscription at the base of the statue, which basically says that it honors this lady from the sea, who is the defender of the town. The townsfolk basically like worship her. It's like their local patron.
Mm.
I don't know if any of you would know anything of that.
Religion check. Or history, I guess. I don't know.
Let me see. What am I better at? I could try and do a history check, I guess.
Okay.
I might do a religion check.
That is a 12 for a history check.
Okay, so you do know that since Siren is a coastal fishing town, the people would have probably been concerned about their safety at sea and protection from drowning or from storms and things like that. So this seems to make sense why they would have a protector like that, a supernatural protector, if you will. But you don't know anything about this entity in particular.
I got a 10 for religion.
So Kifri, you do realize that you don't recognize this entity from any like official, church doctrine, I guess. So this seems to be just a local thing.
And I'm not from here, so I'm just like,
I mean,
if I know.
I guess it kind of makes sense. If you're living by the water, you'd want to have someone protect you by the water. So it would make sense that that's why it's their deity. Do you know any? You don't know much more than what I do you?
I'm not from here.
Me either. Delta, maybe. Do you know more about this? I take it you're not from here either.
No, I'm not. I'm just visiting. So unfortunately, I don't.
Right?
Are there people around? Can we ask?
No, people are pretty much just sitting at home because they're scared of going out right now.
Yeah, there was a crime in this area. People are like,
yeah.
But Chahim and Shilali, you're still at the flower bed, right?
Yeah.
Are you doing anything, or like looking around, or anything else?
Well, yeah, we were looking around. Actually, I might, because we were looking at the ground, right? I think after a while, I was gonna like look at Johnny and be like, I understand that this is a bit unconventional since we're both adults, but can I climb on your shoulders so I can look up and see if there's anything up?
Shaheen will smile at you or smirk and go, "Aw, you want uppies?"
Yes, I want uppies.
he'll help you up on his shoulders.
Alright. And with this new vantage point, I want to see if there's anything like higher up. Like since we were focused on the ground, I want to kind of like look up instead and see if there's like notice anything.
New vantage point.
New vantage point.
From up here,
Vantage point. Tahim.
Roll a wisdom perception check with advantage.
Advantage, sorry.
Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Ooh.
Oh.
You do notice that among the flowers on the flower bed, there does seem to be a crumpled piece of paper.
Oh, yeah, I'll point to you and be like, Chaim, there's paper there. Ooh, you just... Might be a clue.
You'll
Do
kneel
the
down
statue
and like
gang
grab
see
it.
this?
The statue gang look over and there's Shalali on top of You're just like, yeah!
Hold on, hold tight.
Just holding on. See her tail's kind of trying to wrap around, like, probably his upper arm or something, because I don't think it would wrap around his torso. It's like, yeah.
Or his neck. Just like, oh.
It's like, oh, sorry.
Who wants to read it? I guess Chahim is picking it up.
A monster roams the streets. It attacked last night, killing my companion and wounding me. I fear that it will strike again tonight, so you must hurry. I found the beast's lair, but I'm weak and wounded. I trust only you. If anyone learns of the monster before you can defeat it, there will be chaos. I marked the door to a shack in the slums with red paint. I will await you there tonight, a frightened citizen. Everybody seems like we found something good, or at least something useful. This might have been on Letta.
So she wouldn't be the first victim.
Oh, that's good that there's a. I mean, it's not good. There's good that there's a shack with red. At least that's a bright color. We can find it, and then we can figure out more. And we know there's a monster at the very least.
Yes. Yes, Vico, you are correct.
He's trying so hard.
Happy bird boy noises.
Actually,
Well,
grebes kind of sound like a goose if you step on them, so bird noises don't sound very happy.
I don't know how a goose sounds when it's being stepped on. Quack?
Yeah, kind of.
He'll say, has anyone seen the slums on our way here? I don't really know where they are.
Well, it's probably where I'm supposed to go for the refugees, right?
So the slums are adjacent to the market square. They form like this whole block of this there's like sparse buildings, little shacks and like tent-like structures and things like that. So yeah, you can see it. It's a decently large chunk of land, but you should be able to find the shack.
Vico kind of points to Shillelagh, just maybe you should. I don't know how comfortable it is, but maybe you should hop back on the shoulder. You might be able to get a higher vantage point and be able to see things a little bit better.
Oh, I thought I was still on Shahim's shoulders.
Yeah.
She
jumped out.
She never left.
I thought you jumped down while Shahim was reading.
No.
We're just chilling up here. I mean, so long as Shaheen's comfortable with me up here, I don't mind staying. Though if we need to look in the shadows and things, I'm pretty sneaky. If we need to, be unseen, I don't mind jumping off and going ahead if you guys want me to.
I don't suggest that we should split or sneak around. The citizen question, especially if they live in the slums, they're already frightened. Let's go there with an open mind and heart.
Of course.
Pets the rat. He'll be like Scritches.
So are you heading to the slums?
Yeah. We'll look out for the red door. Red paint thing. That.
You make it into the slums. The ground is basically mud. There's no solid roads. There are some people, but as soon as they see you, they just kind of retreat into their shacks or tents or whatever other kind of homes they have. So it's pretty clear that they don't want to talk to you. And you walk around the slums for a bit, and you strangely don't see a shack with a red door. Does anyone want to roll perception or investigation?
I'll do investigation. I'm better at it.
Would I still have advantage from still being on Shahim's shoulders, or?
Sure.
Alright, cool.
I'm gonna forget that Shillelagh's on the
I
shoulders
can't
for
believe
it.
Shillelagh.
I already
can't believe-
forgot. I already forgot.
I'm just chilling up here.
I got a
21, I
7.
believe.
Shillelagh, since you're the scout in the scout tower, looking out into the far distance. You do notice that while there is no shack that matches the description, there is one shack with a door that is lying next to it, outside its frame. So there's an empty door frame or something resembling a door frame, and a door that has seemingly been displaced, let's say.
I'll point to it and be like, oh, we should flip that door over. Maybe it looks like it goes with that frame. Maybe that's the one we're looking for.
That might have the red X on it. Can I try and lift the door? I have a very bad strength. I want to do it for fun.
Yes, you can try.
You can do that, but while you do that, Shahim says, no, let me do it. You're, he'll be like, worried dad noise.
So I said that I was going to do this for the sillies, and that's a 19.
Oh, wow.
I have no other modifiers because his strength is 0.
Oh, you're stronger than me. You're fine.
That was meant to be a joke. I wasn't meant to succeed.
Yeah, so Vika flexes all of his bird muscles, and his non-bird muscles, I guess. I don't know how Arakokor work. And manages to effortlessly just flip the door open or over to the other side.
It's like pushing on the door, like those animations you see of someone pushing up against something and their little feet are going like this. Very frantically.
The door
Careful.
strangely has not sunken into the mud because it was not actually laying on the ground. And as you flip the door onto the other side, you kind of instinctively step back because underneath the door is a corpse.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah, he kind of said. I think we might have to
trauma.
add more. I think we have to add more to this investigation. There's another body here.
Oh.
Shahim will rush over and don't look, it's fine.
Just don't look.
He kind of just like moves his little bird head. Just hey, come on, I'm an adult. I'm fine with this.
Adults also shouldn't see bodies. This has nothing to do with you being an adult.
I'm
Generally not a
a baby.
I love how you're covering. You're covering his eyes, and Shillelagh's still on his shoulder.
I'm climbing down, and I want to do a medical investigation of the body. I want to medicine check while they're doing that.
I love how medical involved we are as a group.
By the way, Delta, I would assume you're pretty unfazed by the sight of
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, what's going on? Like, okay, it's just a body.
No biggie.
But I don't say anything. I'm thinking of it. I don't say anything.
I mean, to be fair, for Chime is also just another day.
I'm rolling really poorly on this. Like, that's like my second best skill, and I'm really rolling
You should
really
have
poorly
taken
on
my
it.
joke door flipping. I should have got like a nat 1 for that.
Okay, so you do gleam by looking at the corpse that it's a middle-aged human man. He has red hair and an old scar on his cheek. And he has kind of ragged clothing, so he's presumably a resident of the slums.
So it's a fresh body.
Yeah. The back of his head seems to have smashed against the ground. And from what you can see, he's only been dead for a few hours, as far as you can say. So he's not like decomposing or anything, but it's not like super fresh.
Would you say like middle of the night, few hours, or?
Presumably.
Okay.
Oh wait, actually few. Yeah, probably more than few.
Probably
Are there any
frightened
weapons
citizen,
around?
then.
So there aren't any weapons in the vicinity. You can roll a separate investigation check if you want, or
I
something
want
like
to
that.
roll an investigation. Sorry. Oh, that's probably should bring all that. That's a 12. But my investigation was a 12. Yeah.
So his clothes are covered in mud, as you might expect from the fact that he's laying in the mud, but only at the back. So at the front, he's not covered in mud, and he doesn't seem to have any injuries other than the back of his head, which Shillelagh already found.
Oh man, it's not a very good way to go.
Probably the citizen who left the note. I mean, they mentioned they were wounded, and given how relatively fresh the body is, oh, this always feels weird to say.
It's 'cause that was a living dude.
Mm-hmm.
Was.
Don't say that. we should treat him with respect. He obviously went through a lot.
Exactly, let's say a prayer.
Yes.
That's
He'll lead a prayer. He's like, mostly because he wants to scold Vico, but also,
Okay, do you want to improvise a prayer?
Oh god, okay.
Hey, you're the paladin here, you're the... I say that as if Shillelagh isn't also an acolyte. Like,
But he's not very religious, so he'll just be like, may your soul be guided, and may you rest in peace. And we will find and avenge whatever has killed you. And he'll just close his eyes and think on that for a bit, and then open them again. And looking at Vico closed his eyes, because he knows he sometimes doesn't do that.
Vico has his eyes closed. He's not peeking his eyes this time.
this time around. Okay.
This time
Can I
around.
Can I like put a hand over his eyes just in case?
Okay.
After the prayer, Vico just kind of goes, "Really? Is this necessary? I had my eyes closed."
All right. Is there anything?
Well, there is the shack.
Right,
That
true.
is missing
Did-
its door.
Did the
Let's
door
go
have the
inside.
red X on it? Because we never got to actually look at the door because we were like a body.
Yeah, so the door is marked with red paint on the side that was lying on the corpse.
Alright.
This is the right place. I mean, it'd be kind of hard if it wasn't the right place. There's a body outside.
Shahim will go first, I guess.
Okay, into the shack.
Father is leading the way.
So Jahim, as you enter, the flooring bends and creaks under your feet. The interior of the shack is illuminated only through the empty door frame. Claw marks line the walls. Strange symbols cover the floor. A smell permeates the still air. It's not a smell that you recognize. Though there's no monster inside, this place was certainly the site of something sinister.
Can I look at the symbols on the floor and see if I recognize them?
You can roll history.
Shahim will look at the claw marks instead and like see if that's a claw that he recognizes. If it's from like a bear or creature or whatever.
So, as you put your hand on the wall next to the claw marks, you realize that the spread and generally like the size of the claws matches your hand.
And I also have claw marks. It makes
Yeah,
me.
you have-
I'm not. He was like, oh shit, it was me.
Can look
I think
suspiciously at you.
if anyone like looks at Shahim right now, you see him basically like put his clawed hand there, see that it matches perfectly, and like slowly puts it back down.
Vico is full like hands and like bird knees on the ground looking at the symbols. He's not paying attention to you. I got a natural 20.
Oh, wow.
So it's 23.
Okay, on history, this resembles, or this seems to be, as far as you can tell, because you haven't studied this particular subject, it looks like a summoning circle. Like that might be drawn for a particular spell.
He kind of writes down all of the symbols that he sees. He's like, I think this is supposed to be a summoning circle. I'm not exactly well versed in this subject or these symbols, but they kind of look familiar and are arranged in a way where they could be a summoning circle. Maybe the thing that's the problem is being summoned here, and isn't necessarily from around here.
Maybe. Delta? I realize we've just met, but I don't quite know your area of expertise. Would you perhaps have any? This is meta knowledge.
I don't think I have a area. I just get very shy all of a sudden. Like I don't think I have one.
You can feel free to pitch in if you want. I mean, we've been dragging you along. I feel a bit bad about that.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. And I just quietly like move to the side because suddenly everyone's looking at me and I'm not used to all the attention. So I just move to the side and I just start like doing something on the walls. Like, hey, that looks
Ooh, I'm gonna look at this.
The bait is chipping here. That was
So actually, when you retreat into the corner, Delta, you do realize that there's this strange smell in the air, and you have the distinct impression that you know this smell.
So I make that information public to everyone that this is a smell I feel like I have, encountered before. Not sure where, but I have. Do I know where?
What does it smell like?
You can roll intelligence, maybe, just generally to recall.
Okay.
If you
roll memory.
Yeah, memory.
Thank
Like
you.
you remember a purple glow and a very cold sensation, but that's about it. It's the smell is it resembles something like ozone, something like a night sky after a storm or rain. It's a very distinct smell, but You only get like a vague flash of something.
So I want to call people over to see if they smell it too.
So yes, you all can smell this, and yeah, it's kind of like a cold smell, I guess, if that makes sense. Does anyone want to make a particular perception or investigation check?
I'll be like. No, Chaim will investigate because he wants to detract the attention from the claw marks and his claws. Ooh, okay, that's a dirty 20.
So the strange smell is the strongest near the door frame, and there is an empty glass bottle that lays shattered on the floor, where the smell seems to originate. There's a string among the shards, and the other end of the string actually connects to the handle of the door that lays outside. And the bottle is empty, or what remains of the bottle, but there are dark smudges on the glass and cork. The substance inside the bottle definitely is the same smell as in the entire shack, just like a little stronger. And when you put your nose next to it, it just kind of, you get a little bit dizzy.
There's like a broken potion bottle or something like this, maybe. Anyone know something about mixtures? I say and like point it out.
My mother doesn't really work at mixtures. She builds a lot of stuff. I don't think I would know too much. I could try, but I don't think I know as much as her.
Vico, it's just, well, your mom's in here. Just try. It's okay. Nobody's grading you on this. You don't need to succeed.
He's used to being like, I don't know as much as my mother, and also like the entire town is like, oh god, it's that kid.
Oh, poor baby.
Oh, poor baby.
I mean, he did start a small fire accidentally. Would that be investigation or Arcana?
Could be investigation. Like if you're just looking for like sensory information, that could be investigation. But if you want to connect it to some knowledge you might have, that would probably be Arcana.
I'm good at both. I'll do Arcana. That is a 10. Not the greatest. It's not an @1 though.
You recall that there is, you know how there are 3 planes, right? There's the material plane, the upper plane, the lower plane. And the lower plane is said to be divided into little demi-planes. And each of those demi-planes has an element assigned to it. So what you're smelling in that bottle might be connected to the element of shadow. But you wouldn't really know what it is or how it was made or where it comes from.
The only thing I think I can get from this is it's not from our elemental plane. I think it's from the elemental plane of shadows, not necessarily from here.
Try and specifically find out what it is, like, kind of to help you, or I don't know.
So I'm just looking at the shadow part of our party.
Yeah. Nepheli and Chaim be like, so anyways, good weather.
Moving on. You know.
Yeah, can Chaim recognize any of this as he hears that it's shadow related?
Yes, indeed. You might be able to recognize this as relating to your parents, and their whole thing. That I'm not sure you want to tell the rest of the party.
He'll just like very quietly, like very very slowly start going. I think this might be of fiendish nature. Just a hunch.
I incite him.
Sure.
Don't be mean to me. I'm your dad.
No, don't start a fight with our dad.
I mean, I'm not gonna be mean to him. I just want to incite him. Just like you're okay with being incited, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You go to your room without dinner.
Rude. 14.
Do I need to roll anything against it, or how?
So I would say Kifri realizes that you know more than you're telling them.
I think if you want to counter that, I think it's a deception or persuasion.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Oh.
He's not really hiding it. He's just uncomfortable because
He's avoiding it.
Is there anything I can roll to like just sort of, go off with that?
What exactly would you want to do? Like for insight or Something else? Sure. We can roll insight on Chahim as well. Everyone is inciting. You're the biggest suspect.
I'm being bullied because I'm a tiefling. This is how it is.
That's an 80.
Oh wow.
Ooh, that's good.
So you definitely noticed that Chahim had a reaction to hearing that this might be connected to the plane of shadow. Just like you did, perhaps stronger. So it might be worthwhile to ask him about it at some point. So I would say that's pretty much all you can glean.
Can I ask him about it now?
Yeah, if you want.
I sort of like I sort of like take him to the corner and go, and then everyone just goes silent and is just looking at us. I'm sorry, I'm just playing on behalf of all of us. I'm so sorry, but like that's how I'm imagining it in my head. I just
Isn't
go.
this like a really small shack too? And you're just like
Yeah.
going in a different corner.
And I just go, just continue with your conversations, you know. And then everyone's just looking at us like,
I'm whatever you have to say to me, you can say in the presence of others. I would prefer that actually. He's like, are you going to try to kidnap me very badly?
And I just hesitate for a minute, and I just go, yeah, I think this is a conversation for sometime else. And I just look at everyone, and I go, I don't mean harm, guys. I'm just here.
I don't mean harm, says the guy harmer.
That's my tagline.
If you'd rather we step away,
That's all right. That's
outside.
No, please stay. I'm petrified at this point.
is there something we should know, Shahim or Delta? Either one of you? I don't know if there's something someone saw, or if
I don't know what she wants from me.
I just go a little to check. Like, guys, I know I'm not a part of your orphan, happy, sad reunion, but okay.
feel free to speak up. We don't mean to exclude you or anything. You're part of the group.
I don't feel it's important right now.
Oh, I see what this is.
Maybe later on if it comes up.
I understand. You wish to be adopted too, right? Did you have a hard childhood? I understand.
I just look and go, I'm pretty sure I had a very happy childhood. But then I'm like, yeah. Then I go, yeah, but you know, childhood, haha, right? This goes against everything we discussed.
Biko just kind of looks at Keith3 and kind of looks at Keith3, kind of the meme of, are you seeing this? And then kind of looking back like, oh, okay. Well, if it'll help us for later, I mean, I guess at some point we should probably talk about it, but maybe we could wait? I mean, everybody's got things they don't want to talk about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I alone in that?
Everyone has something like that.
No, it's okay, Vico. Everyone has some things they don't want to talk about. But you can. I always have an open ear for you. You know that, right?
Yeah. Yep. I know that. He just keeps awkwardly, like, smiling, like, I'm not gonna say shit.
Alright, let's focus back on this.
On this, yeah. Do we move on? Do we stay here? What's the consensus, guys?
Well, do we need more clues? Where do we go from here? Like, we found, what Vico thinks is a summoning circle. We found the bottle of Shadow Realm stuff. I'd assume it was probably a trap. I said probably whoever opened the door would be hit by the bottle and whatever was released. Maybe this is a high intelligence thing, and Shillelagh has like average intelligence at best. So if someone has higher intelligence, please pick it up from her.
I'm stupid as fuck. I'm like a minus.
So I sort of want to look over the summoning circle again, because that's the part that I didn't initially, because I was feeling the walls and going like, yeah, that looks interesting.
You do speak Infernal. Coincidentally.
Yeah, coincidentally. And I just go like, that's just meaningless scribbles. It doesn't mean anything. But so it is a summoning circle, but it doesn't mean anything. That's just random.
It is indeed.
So why are we here, guys?
Because we don't know where else to go.
Maybe this is only one part of the bigger plan. Maybe there's another place, or maybe this is the place, but the people actually have to come and summon the thing, and the people aren't here, so it's kind of hard to and who did this if they're not here.